Welcome. Hello, Dave. Hello, Georgia. Marv, Miranda, Rich, Tiffany, Keisha is joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a whoop whoop, and we've got somebody who is nursing right now. So yes, that would be completely appropriate to be off camera if you're nursing. And welcome everybody. Day number 2 of the 5-day listing challenge. All right, so before we jump into the topic today I'm really super excited because we're going to start on, we're going to reveal some of the tactics for you. We're going to start doing some heavy lifting. Today we start doing the work. But I want to remind you about why this class is so freaking important. It's so freaking important because right now the consumers are tired of crappy service from agents. They're tired of going on their phone, searching for homes. Here's the Zillow link. And I go and I reach out to my agent and I say, hey, this is what I want. And boom, that's about the only service that they get. Right now, this is important that you realize that you learn the techniques, the tactics, the strategies that I'm teaching you, because big data, artificial intelligence, technology, commoditization, and the economy are all working against us. They're all working against us. So right now is the time today for you to figure this stuff out. And I'm here to be able to help you. Now, before we jump into today's content, I want to learn from you. I want to hear about your experience. So give us some feedback. Share. What have you had in your experience over the first 24 hours? Questions, comments, experiences? Who'd like to share first? Thank you for everyone who has your videos on. If you don't have your video on, please turn your video on. Alex, I got a little trampoline over in the other room. And I want to match and pair you, and I'm going to just jump on top of it. But that may get a little bit distracting for you guys after a little while, so maybe I won't do that. All right, who'd like to share? I did like doing that, though. What's your experience been? Who's done the homework? Who hasn't done the homework? Who's had successes? Who's had setbacks? Who'd like to share? Keisha did it. Congratulations, Keisha. Would you like to share about your experience? Or you may not be situated to do so right now, but you can share later if it's more convenient for you. Who'd like to share?
So I did the Facebook ads, but I've been doing Facebook ads for like 4.5 years. So I just took like 4 of my videos, ran 8 different ads off of them as of yesterday. So I got about $40 a day running behind them.
How many leads did you get?
Since I started it just yesterday, about 24 hours ago, none yet. But usually with Facebook, what I found to be the big thing is it keeps me fresh of mind, keeps that parasocial relationship with people who already know me or see me out about in the community. And that usually leads to clients and referrals, and just people can't forget that I'm in real estate.
Okay, so you're using it. So let's take a look at that. So you're using it slightly different. What you're doing is freaking amazing, right? So when we look at Facebook, there's like about 5 or 10 different ways that we could use Facebook to get business. The way that Alex is using it is in a parasocial relationship with his people. What's parasocial? Parasocial means that they have a relationship with you, with Alex, because Alex is on video and he's sharing value, he's sharing contribution, he's sharing something that would be useful for the audience to know. And now the audience gets to know Alex. And it's a parasocial dynamic because it's a unilateral relationship. Now, Alex may know them as well, right? But the dynamic is Alex is the all-star. You're the rock star. Now, you could, Alex, add on to that. So if you're following, so the tactics that you'll learn using the Facebook ads starting today is simply advertising a property for sale on Facebook. Okay, so if you consider this, what you're already doing would be more of a retargeting campaign. And so this would be more of an entry campaign. So the entry campaign is, here's a home for sale. Now I'm going to gather your information. I'm going to call you instantaneously. Now, this campaign here, not what you're already doing, this campaign here, you should get 1 out of 100 within 90 days to get to closing. But what Alex already has in place is the second piece of that, which is the retargeting. And he's already doing that to his already existing people. All right, so Alex, so this week we're going to add on the first layer of that to increase your bucket. Does that make sense? All right, and so then we're going to intend on the beginning end of that, we're going to intend to close 1 out of 100 right here. Then on the secondary, the retargeting, which is what you're already doing, we're going to close 4 in the next 18 months from that retargeting. All right, so you're in a great spot. All right, who's next? Alex, what area are you in? Where do you live?
I'm in Rochester, Minnesota, but I'm also setting up a second shop in Eugene, Oregon in about 2 months. So here in Rochester, I've been ranked top agent 2 years in a row. So I do quite a bit, and a lot of it's because of that Facebook marketing. But yeah, we get cold up here in the winter, and my goal is in the winter months to spend it a little bit more out in Oregon with the dogs and do some business out there too.
Love it, my man. Love it. Keep up the great work. You're freaking amazing. All right, who's next?
I'll go. So I actually really enjoyed doing the homework part, the affirmations and answering the questions and kind of digging deeper into my why. It's pretty insightful. But then as far as feedback's concerned, I emailed about it, but I didn't get a response back, at least that I have seen. I may have gotten it, but I can't find the 3 tactics to go over, like what the 3 things to do to choose. I'm thinking I would like to go the Facebook route. I have a pretty big network in my area, and that's where a lot of my business comes from. So I want to be able to enhance that, but I also enjoy doing open houses as well. So I want to see like what the ideas behind each option are, but I wasn't able to see that.
You will see that in 36 minutes.
Okay.
It'll be in your email. I did see your message, but I saw that about maybe 40 minutes ago, and I sent it to my staff to reply. So sorry they didn't get that too. Yep, you're welcome. But yeah, at 12:45 Eastern time today, you'll get an email, and then that's going to be day 2. And then when you go into day 2, it's going to be the 3 tactics.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. My pleasure. All right, who's next? What would you like to share? What has your observations been? What is your feedback? What has your experience been? Who'd like to share? I love it. I love seeing Bree and Duran. I love seeing you turn your videos on. You ladies are amazing.
I'm confused.
Amazing. Good, Sean.
The homework that I saw that we were supposed to do was just answering the questions and posting something on the Facebook group. Okay, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I did that. Okay. By the way, hey Alex, how are you, buddy?
You're not confused at all, Sean. Somebody it's sometimes we're looking for something and we miss other things. You're completely fine, Sean. You're completely on track. Not confused at all. You were actually aligned with where we are.
Got it.
And we start the tactics today. So you're good to go. All right. Who'd like to share next? Questions, comments, ahas. Who has shared about who went through the exercise about why do you sell real estate and what's important to you about that? And what did you discover? Because that's the foundation for this. That's the foundation for this. Without that, yes, you can succeed. I'm not going to say you can't succeed, but man, when you have that, oh my goodness, it allows for you to really, really amplify your success. Who did that exercise?
Hello.
Go ahead. Hello.
Hi, I did the exercise last night, and I found, like, I used to think my biggest why, and they're part of my why were my children, but I had to dig a little bit deeper because even though my why was my children, it wasn't still giving me that drive or that motivation. So doing that exercise I had a chance to really just sit down and think about what it was that was going to motivate me to do besides my children. And some of it was I had to learn to get out of my own way just by answering those questions of what I needed to focus on and gather all my thoughts. So it was really a great exercise. I enjoyed doing it last night.
I'm glad to hear that. What did you discover, Terry?
Well, I know I'm my biggest critic, so I had to learn to like figure out what I wanted to focus on, and that part of it is myself and getting things in order in my own house as far as my own finances. Before I can help my kids with their finances, I got to get myself straight. So
Ooh.
I had to. I realized that me trying to jump ahead, even though I have a son in college, I have a daughter that's a junior in high school. With me not being straight and set myself, I really can't help my children.
All right, Terry, I'm going to talk in general here, right? Because I'm going to move this conversation in general. Maslow's hierarchy of needs states that you're going to not be able to accommodate something that's at a higher level than where you're at. So in other words, if you're not safe, at the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he talks about having safety. He talks about having housing, having clean drinking water, food, having the ability to be able to really for reproduction, right? These are all at the bottom level. Okay, as human beings, if we can't accommodate that, there's no way that we can then go and say, I'm going to bring clean drinking water through the Sahara Desert. Like, you just can't do it. Okay. And so now I'm giving you extremes, right? So again, we're talking general. If I can't take care of myself today, there's no way I could take care of my dog Ellie right here. That's Ellie right there. Here, hold on. Everybody say hi to Ellie. That's Ellie right there. That one right there, I can't take care of her until I take care of me. Okay. So you got to take care of whatever's closest to you in regards to that your basic needs. Okay, and so that's really the purpose of the conversation, because sometimes we say, well, I want to take care of something, I want to take care of Ellie, but if Dan's not taken care of, there's a disconnect. Okay, and so we got to take care of what's ever closest to us. Does everyone follow me on that? All right, who's next? We got time. Terry, you're freaking amazing. I love that you went through that exercise. We got time for one more person to share your observations, your ahas, your experience. Who else has done the exercise about why you sell real estate today and what's important to you about that?
May I?
Yes, you may. Hey, Dave.
So I have a lot of experience. I'm 70 years old. So my why is to give back to the younger generation, because they don't have the experience that I have, whether it's in engineering, real estate, or computers, which I've had a lot of experience in. So my why is to give back.
I love it. I love it. Dave, and I want to make an observation. This is for everybody. Did you guys observe the way Dave just phrased that? I have a lot of experience. You know, people my age, I sometimes hear them call themselves old. Just something for you guys to consider. The way I know, I heard it, Dave. Dave didn't say that. Right. And that's what I'm acknowledging you for. Right. Dave's like, I'm not old. I've got experience. Dave, you probably think in your head that you're a very, very mature 30-year-old. Would that be about accurate? Yeah. Yeah. Right. So there's just something right there that I want to make sure that we don't pass. There's a lesson that Dave just taught us right there. All of us. Okay. So I don't care what age you are right now. When you consider yourself that, hey, I've got the wisdom of time and experience, it's so much more powerful than, I mean, just saying I'm old, that's not powerful at all. Right. So I just want to acknowledge you, Dave, for your viewpoint on life. And I picked that up in 2 seconds from the way you just said that. So freaking amazing for you. I just want to acknowledge it. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. So let's go ahead and jump into now. We're going to go into the curriculum, right? And so, yesterday we went through and we discovered, why do you do what you do? Now, I'm going to ask for everyone to take out a piece of paper. I'm going to ask for everyone to take out a pen. And now we're going to put the next piece to this puzzle together. And then by the end of the day, we're going to be able to get into action. You guys okay with that? We good? We good? We good? We good? Here's the next piece. I want you to ask yourself the question right now. What am I good at doing? I want you to ask yourself the question. If I was to ask my spouse, my partner, my mother, my daughter, my cousin, my best friend, hey friend, hey honey, hey brother, what do I kick ass at doing? What would they say? What am I amazing at doing? What would they say? Now, doesn't have to have anything to do with real estate sales at all. In fact, it probably shouldn't. It could be making quilts. It could be playing chess. It could be gardening. It could be driving. It could be nurturing. It could be daycare. It could be whatever the heck it is. Sports, reading, speaking. I don't care what it is. What are your superpowers? So I want you right now to write down at least 3 superpowers. Here are some superpowers for me. Some superpowers for me. I am good at public speaking. I'm comfortable at doing it. Other superpowers for me. I love being a dad. I love loving my daughter. Other superpowers for me. I'm a good driver. So those are 3 examples of something that you could write down for yourself. So I'll give you another 5 seconds. Write down 3 superpowers, lightning fast. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pair those superpowers with one of these tactics. So take a screen grab of the slide right there where it says sphere of influence, networking, video, cold calling, open houses, Facebook touches, door knocking, expired listings, for sale by owners, social media. And I want you to then, and this is only a few of about 127 different ways that you could get business. Okay. So I want you to take a look at those ways, but I want you to consider every other way that you could possibly get business. You could do billboards. You could do, we take social media. Well, you can break social media into all kinds of different things. TikTok, Facebook. You could do a Facebook group where you do a local group and you are the administrator for a local group, and now you're the guy or the gal. Okay. Facebook ads, like what Alex was saying with the videos that he's retargeting with. That's another way that you could use Facebook. There's so many different ways that you could find business. Okay, you could do community appreciation events. You could do I just did a poker night at my house this past Saturday. Hey, somebody on this call didn't show up. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'm not calling. Oh, there you are. Not calling anybody out. There's so many different ways that you can find business. Okay, now what I want you to do right now, I want you to look at your superpower. I want you to look at this slide deck, and I want you to consider other ways that you can find business. And I want you to say, if this is my superpower, and here's the ways that I could find business, I want you to align those two. So let me give you an example. Remember, I told you 3 of my superpowers. Well, one of those superpowers is that I enjoy instructing. I've been told that I can take complex scenarios, complex ideas, and communicate them simply. I've been told that before. So if that's a superpower of mine, then what would a lead generating system be that I could embrace? Well, one lead generating system that I embrace is that I teach at least once a week, either a buyer seminar or a seller seminar every single week. Why do I do that? Because it plays within my superpower. You guys see that? So what you want to do is you want to take your superpower and you want to align it with a way to do business. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little break here real quick because I want to make sure that we're aligned. Who here has your superpower identified and has a way that matches that superpower to get business? Who here has that aligned? Raise your hand if you do. Who could share an example of that? Real quick. We got to stay on schedule here. Who could share an example? Sherry, share, please.
Sorry, I had to unmute. I'm good at talking to strangers. I can talk to a wall and get a response. So networking would be what I'm good at.
Awesome. See that? Superpower. I can talk to strangers. Tactic, networking. You guys see that? Now, Sherry, what's the key ingredient for this?
Finding the right places to network.
Consistency. Consistency.
Consistency. Yes, consistency.
Oh,
in the
yes.
right places.
Doing it daily. Doing it daily. You guys got that? Okay. So now I want everyone to have that aligned. I want to share with you. Now, when do you do it? We talked about consistency. I want to share with you a video about you just said, okay, here's my superpower. Here's my way to do it. Now, how often do you do it? And what does that do for you? Watch this video, please.
The results of this simple experiment may surprise you. We have here two different ramps that the metal ball can roll down. The one on the right is smooth and uniform, while the one on the left is bumpy, with dips and rises. In a moment, Professor Kelly will roll two balls down each ramp at the same time. What do you think will happen? Both balls are the same weight, and there are no tricks involved, such as magnets. This is pure physics in action. If you're like me, you might expect both balls to reach the bottom at the same time, but this doesn't occur. The professor uses a pencil to drop both balls at once. And there you have it. Although both balls went the same distance down, the dips provided the left ball with a greater chance to accelerate without friction putting the brakes on. This gave the ball enough momentum to speed ahead of the ball on its right, even when it hit the bumps on its journey. When it comes to speed, momentum is a powerful thing.
Now, let's talk about momentum. So the biggest challenge that I see in real estate sales agents, get this, freaking get this right now, get this, is you try something and it doesn't work. You quit and you try something else. We're going to talk about that on Thursday when I go through the Valley of Despair. So on Thursday, I'm going to describe to you the scientific reason why that happens. Okay, but guess what? In real estate sales, it takes at least 90 days of effort before you get a closing. That's the challenge why so many people fail at real estate sales, is because you start, you don't get success, and then you change your tactic and you start from zero and you start over again. What lead generation strategy works? They all do, as long as you work them. I host the No Broke Months podcast for real estate agents. I started this show around 2.5 years ago. It took me 1 year of sharing a daily podcast before I got momentum. 1 year. On this chart, look at this. We're more than 250,000 downloads. Okay, more than 250,000 downloads. But take a look at this chart. October to October on the left-hand side at the bottom there. What do you see? Almost nothing. So a highly driven person like me that wants to freaking win, that wants to get it done. You think I may have been frustrated? Call it December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Absolutely. But I knew, and I know, doesn't matter. Just keep hitting it. Just keep hitting it. Just keep hitting it. And I'll get success. This demonstration that you're looking at right there on this slide is probably the most effective way that I can communicate to you how consistency drives results. Consistency is more important than almost anything else that you can imagine. And you can see it demonstrated on this chart. I can also show that to you time and time again. But here's what doesn't work. What doesn't work is taking action, getting frustrated, quitting, changing the action that you take, start over and completing that cycle. And we'll talk more about that on Thursday. Let's talk about the 3 tactics. So here's the 3 tactics. So Eilina, here's your question, the answer to your question. Today, I'm going to explain the options of the tactics, and then you're going to learn the exact steps to take now to take a listing. I want you to focus on one priority at a time. You may want to do more than one, but I understand how you feel. I get it. I'm like my mind races at the speed of light. I want to get everything done, but just do one this week. When you do one tactic this week, you can do the other next week. You'll have access to the 5-day CPI training portal for a month, or you can join us for the 5-day training next month as well. Either way, if you want to do more than one tactic. But the 3 tactics are the for sale by owner, the easy way, the Facebook lead generator, the CPI open house, and the secret sauce to all of this is the video for conversion and lead generation. Here, let me show you video for conversion and lead generation. I just got I just set 2 appointments this morning during my lead generation. Hey, congratulations to me. Check this out. Here's the way the video for conversion works. Oh, wait, you're not gonna be able to shoot. Hold on, let me disconnect my Bluetooth because that's going in. All right, let's try this again. Hello, Dan here. Just want to say hello. Put a name with a face. Look forward to meeting you next Tuesday at 3:30 and talk soon. Bye. That's simple, right? That's video for conversion. Gabriel, you sent me a freaking amazing video earlier today. I didn't get a chance to respond to that. I love that tactic. I want to talk more about that later. That's freaking amazing, amazing tactic. Those are the 3 tactics that you're going to choose this week. So, how do you decide which tactic to use? If you have still not selected a way that you're going to do this week, now's the time to do it. Here's the way that you can choose the tactic. If you're ready to take a listing ASAP this week, do tactic number 1, the for sale by owner, the easy way. You will not have to cold call on using this tactic. I'll tell you more about that here in a few minutes. If you're willing to invest a small amount of time, small amount of money, and you're willing to call leads as they come in, use the Facebook lead generator tactic. If you enjoy quality relationships and you make people feel good when you come into a room, maybe you're a little touchy-feely, maybe you touch people like my friend Fraser, he's always touching me, like touching me. But I do enjoy his friendship, right? So if you enjoy, maybe you're a little touchy-feely, maybe you enjoy quality relationships, then choose the CPI open house tactic. Now, let's talk about each of these. Tactic number 1, the for sale by owner. So are you guys ready for the shortest for sale by owner class ever? Who's ready for that? Raise your hand if you're ready for it. Yes, 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 yes. Some of you may have heard me teach this class before. If I were to introduce to you, and I'm looking at you guys, that's why I'm not looking at the camera right now. If I were to introduce to you somebody who raised their hand and says, Dan, Eilena, Marv, Kevin, Sean, Rob, Mauricio, I want to sell my house. They've not yet hired an agent. Would you want to meet that person? Yes or no? Everyone says yes?
Hell yeah.
Thank you. For sale by owner class complete. Okay. Who did I just describe? They want to sell their house. They haven't hired an agent yet. Who did I just describe? A for sale by owner. Okay. When you start looking at this stuff like with simplicity, you're like, oh, huh. Now, how do you get the for sale by owner to meet with you? So step number 1 is that you're going to send them a text and you're going to ask them to meet with you. Before you send them the text to ask them to meet with you, you're going to have to get their contact information. You can get their contact information for free by going to Zillow, Military by Owner, Houseo, Fizbo.com, Fizber.com, Trulia.com, ForSaleByOwner.com, Craigslist.org. Those are some ways that you can get their information. Or if you're like me and you want to be a business owner, for a very, very small amount of money, you're going to invest into a resource like My Plus Leads and just pay to get the data. I have negotiated with My Plus Leads, with Red X, with a couple other different companies for them to give the CPI community, that's you, to give you a discount. If you want to get a discount and you want to do this the easy way to get the information, go to www.cheaplistingtools.com. That's cheaplistingtools.com. Les will put a link in there and you can sign up for one of their services, okay? Now, once you get the data, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to text them. You're going to send them a text, and in that text, you're going to say to them, Mr. For Sale by Owner. I noticed at 123 Main Street, is it still available for sale? And you can put your name down, Roshan, ABC Realty. Now they're going to say whatever they're going to say. Whatever they say, you stay on script. I can't tell you, I teach this class every single month. Every single month I get the same things. Dan, they said this. Dan, they said this. Dan, they said this. Dan, they said this. I'm like, dude, stay on script. Stay on script. Stay on script. Stay on script. This script is designed for their objections. I promise you. You may have to pivot just a little bit, but you could use this script in almost any single response that they give you. So is 123 Main Street still available? They say yes. Fantastic. Are you willing to pay X% compensation or finder's fee? They say whatever they say. Fantastic. When's a good time that I could take a look at it? Is Tuesday or Thursday best for you? Great. I look forward to helping you. What's the best email that I can use to confirm our appointment? Okay. That's the script. Whatever they say, stay on that script. Before you ask me, go back and say, did I stay on this script? If the answer is no, stay on the script, then ask me. Okay, let's save each other some time. Stay on the script. You guys okay with that? Whatever they say, stay on that script. You can like repeat back one thing that they say, then go back to the script. Now, when you use this script, 1 out of 5 will meet you. I changed it from 1 out of 5 to 1 out of 7 during the pandemic when the market was really, really hot. We're going back to 1 out of 5 on the metrics, so we've been measuring this. So 1 out of 5 people that you send this script dialogue to will say, yes, I'll meet with you, Marv. Now, of those 1 out of 5 who meet with you, 1 out of 5 will hire you. So what does that mean? If you want to list 50 homes this year, you simply have to text 5 FSBOs today. That's the lead metric. That's the lead domino. You want to list 50 homes? Send 5 texts today to a FSBO. Send 5 tomorrow, 5 the next day, 5 the next day, 5 the next day. That's 25 a week. You will then end up meeting with 1 person a day, 1 person tomorrow, 1 person the next day, 1 person each day, 5 days a week. Of the 5 that meet with you, 1 will hire you. When will they hire you? Not today. They'll hire you 3 weeks from now. How does that work? When you go on to the listing, when you go on to the appointment, you're not there to get hired. Oh, what? Now he just threw me for a loop. No, you're not there to get hired. You're there for a different reason. You're there for the relationship. Okay? That's how this works. If you go there and you beat them up for the listing, you will not get hired, I promise you. Well, you will once in a while, but very, very seldom. But if you go there and you go for the relationship, 1 out of 5 will hire you. Now, specifically, how does this work? When you're at the appointment, you take the For Sale by Owner Help Kit. If you want a copy of the For Sale by Owner Help Kit that I use, Les will put a link in there. You can get it. And about 3/4 through the conversation, you take the For Sale by Owner Help Kit and you give it to them, and you say, "Mr. For Sale by Owner, I respect you very much. I respect the investment of your time. I respect what you're doing here. I get it. If I was selling a house, I wouldn't want to pay a commission either. You're smart. And what I did for you, Mr. For Sale by Owner, is I took this For Sale by Owner Help Kit to show you exactly how you can sell this on your own without my help." Why would I do that? Well, before I tell you why I would do that, Mr. For Sale by Owner, what's in the kit? In the kit shows you how to sell this on Facebook, shows you how to do an open house, gives you vendors and gives you resources, gives you phone numbers and contact information for all people you're going to need. You want to do a 3D tour? It's in the packet. You want to get a home inspection before you list it? It's in the packet. You want to know how to list this on open house? It's in the packet. Every single step that you need to do this without my help, I outline in here. Why would I do that? I would do that, Mr. For Sale by Owner, because, now here's the key ingredient. Pay attention. Because, Mr. For Sale by Owner, unlike those other agents who are going to come here and beat you over the head asking you for your listing and begging you, that's not me. I'm going to help you because I know that sometimes a For Sale by Owner does hire an agent. And if that were you, I'd love an opportunity to apply for the job. Is that a fair exchange? yes, yes. Now, when you say that, what do? You just freaking punch all those other agents in the nose, because all those other agents are going to come and they're going to say, please hire me, please hire me, please hire me. And what's that for sale by owner going to remember? They're going to remember that Deborah was there to help, that Wayne was there to help. And guess who they're going to end up hiring? They're going to hire Bree. They're going to hire Mauricio. They're going to hire Tracy, because you're there to serve. You guys got that? That's how for sale by owner technique works. Now, Thomas, I want to tell you about Tom. Tom's been an agent for about 8 years. His wife works at the bank, and he struggled to have enough sales. He wanted to have enough money to start saving for his 7-year-old's daughter college fund, take him to Disney. And last year, Tom took this 5-day challenge. He chose to do the for sale by owner tactic. He showed up for all 5 days of this course. He then joined the CPI community and got the CPI certification. I'm going to tell you about that at another time. And the CPI certification, by the way, is a step-by-step 3-day course that helps you to be able to understand every single component of sales, from where to get business, how to convert 85% of the time, how to prevent predictable problems of the transaction, how to be able to get reviews, testimonials, referrals, how to be able to make money, how to be able to create wealth, how to be able to avoid the obstacles of the marketplace, such as commoditization, big data, artificial intelligence, technology, and the economy, and what to do about every single component about that, give it to you over 3 comprehensive days. That's what the CPI certification is, but I'll tell you more about that. Tom took the CPI certification, and guess what? He increases production by 300% by implementing this tactic that I'm telling you right now, the for sale by owner tactic. Let me share with you another one of our students, Fran, about what she did to be able to do the same.
So I'm doing the FSBOs. I have no disposable income to do any services.
I had did the for sale by owner text script.
I did a couple of FSBO texts
7 text messages to for sale by owner.
and people were responding.
I got about like 3 responses.
That I had gotten a response back and an appointment to show.
I do have an appointment set for next week.
I do have a new listing.
Was that a for sale by owner?
That was a for sale by owner, and I have not even stepped into the house, and I just been providing value. She realized that the process was just overwhelming, so it just became more natural for me to be the person.
Okay, so thank you for watching that video. And those are some of our students who implemented this, and they are just normal people. In fact, one of those students ended up last year selling 7 for sale by owners. And I'm not going to say which one of those students it was, because it will allow for me to say the following. She's not a very good salesperson, and she sold 7 FSBOs. Okay, so even with really, really low sales ability, it can still work. Okay, just like Mari did, just like Barbara did. Barbara says, we followed Dan Roshan's system for FSBOs, and as you can see, success. This FSBO had their house on the market for 2 weeks, yada, yada, yada. And we have the listing and a possible another appointment later this week. We are excited. So these are some of the results that other students, when they go through, they take the 5-day course, they take the 3-day certification. These are the results that they get. Let's talk about the Facebook lead generator. So let's do some math. So for an average of $2 per leads, that means for $200, you will get 100 leads. With 100 leads, 1 will close in the next 90 days. 4 will close in the next 18 months. Now, I was talking to Alex earlier about how to make that work, right? With the 4, which is what Alex is already doing with the retargeting. But for right now, we're just building, like opening up the pipeline in the front. So what you're going to do is you're going to advertise a listing on Facebook using your Facebook page. And what you're going to do is you're going to get the information. You're going to call them in real time. Then once they come in, then we'll retarget them. I'm not going through how to retarget them in this course. I will go through that in the CPI certification for those of you that register for that. But for this course, we're just opening up the gateway of how is it that you get them to be able to enter into your funnel. And that's simply by posting an ad on Facebook. And for every $200 that you spend today, you should have one closing. Okay. And so some of the things that you want to know when you're using the Facebook lead generation system is you want to make sure that you're using visually appealing graphics. You want to make sure that you understand that Facebook is a visual platform, and you want to be attracting people because it's interruption marketing is what it is. They're scrolling through on their phone, most likely, sometimes on their computer, but probably on their phone. They're scrolling through, and you want to be able to stop that scroll so that they look at that house. However you could do that is the way that you want to do that. I just turned my flashlight on. I don't know how I did that. Let me hold on one second. Flashlight off. Okay, so I want to tell you about Jackie. Jackie used this same technique. She used the Facebook lead generation system. Jackie's a single mom, 2 girls and a boy, 3 kids, okay? And the boy that she has, he's around maybe 15, 16 years old. He's sort of the man of the house, and he's way too young to be the man of the house. Jackie, when I met her, she was confused, she was broke, she was scared. She and I went through this system together. We implemented this system. Jackie took the 5-day listing challenge, just what you're taking right now. He took the 3-day certification that you'll have an opportunity to roll in later. And he was able to increase her business by 251%. Jackie's normal agent, just like you, just like me, and she was able to create that success. Let me share with you some results from some other students who have done the same.
I made about 12 videos and sent them out via Facebook Messenger. I had a few responses. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear in this moment. And then from that, they brought up real estate. I didn't bring up real estate. So that keeps my name on top of mind for them. So it was a win-win. It's going to be nothing but good. I mean, I'm blessing someone by giving them a positive word, and we're building relationship.
Okay, so that's just a general testimonial about how these systems work. I want to tell you about the third system, which is the CPI open house system, and I want to go through the math with this. So first of all, how do you get listings from an open house? I unfortunately have my folders upstairs because I was going to reach for a folder here of leads. I did an open house about 4 weeks ago. Now it was about 5 weeks ago now, and the gentleman that I met at the open house was, guess what? The nosy neighbor. So let's talk through some math here. On average, how many people will come through an open house? How many groups of people? How many would you say? Can we say 5? Can we all agree to 5? Yeah, Alex says more. I'm going to be pessimistic. All right. If we said 5 or more, would we all align with that? If it's less than 5, then I'm going to suggest that you do a different open house. Okay. If it's less than 5, then maybe you need to change where you're doing your open houses. Well, let's just say 5, and it's going to be more than that, but we're going to be pessimistic. And let's say of that 5, how many of those people truly have an agent? What percentage? What would you say? 2 or 3, Geron says. 2 says Dave. Yeah, 50%. 2 says Mauricio. That's only because we couldn't do 2.5 easily, like 2 like this. Okay, so let's say half of the 5 have an agent, right? So that's going to go like this. So it's going to go like that. All right. I don't know if I ever want to do this again in a presentation. Okay. But at least I'm not flipping you off. All right. So 2.5 would be let's say working with an agent. So now of those 2.5, how many of those are nosy neighbors? Let's say half of that. So now we're at 1 3/4, and I'm done with my finger tricks. Thank you, Mauricio. I appreciate you for that. All right. So now let's do the math. If 5 come into every open house, that means in a month's time, and if you do 4 open houses a month, you have an opportunity for 10 prospective clients. Okay, 10 prospective clients. Now, if you are really, really horrific at your craft, do you think that you could convert 10% of a willing, able, embodied person who's in the market actively looking at homes? We say 10%. Like if you are not that great, I didn't say if you sucked, I just said if you're not that great. Okay. All right. So if you're not that great, 10%, that means 1 a month. You do 4 open houses, you should close at least 1 a month. Now, how many hours does it take to do this? Let's say it takes 4 hours to host an open house. Okay, that's setup, breakdown, travel, etc. That means for 16 hours of lead generation, if you average a little bit more than 10,000 in your commission, you know how much money you'd be making an hour? $650. Okay. What other career pathways can you do to make $650 an hour? Not many. Now, guess what? Remember, we talked about before, we talked about consistency. We talked about momentum. We talked about doing your way. We talked about the secret is consistency. Well, here's the deal. I feel like Joe Biden. I will never do that again in a presentation. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that I did that. Please, I take it back. All right, I take it all back. All right. So if you understand that this is your job description, what would cause you to not do more than one open house a week? Now, I already know your objection. I don't have any listings. Guess what? Go to your broker, ask your broker, Mr. Broker, Miss Broker, who has a listing here in the area that I could host an open house for. I'd love to do so. That agent would love for you to do so. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. If you're in Maryland or Virginia or DC, hit me up, host my open houses. I would love you to death. If your broker is non-responsive to you, change brokers. We'll make that easy enough. Okay. Because your broker should be there to help you. Okay. Now you're going to talk to your broker. You're going to say, hey, who has a listing here in the area? You're going to contact that listing agent. You're going to say, Mr. Listing Agent, can I host your open house? They're going to say yes. When you do this, then what you're going to do is you're going to go to the open house. You're going to be there 15 minutes early. You're going to open up the door. You're going to take your shoes off. You're going to turn on every single light in the house. You're going to track every single person that comes into that house when they're there, and you're going to take their name and information and get their feedback. Within 15 minutes after the open house, you turn off all the lights, you put your shoes back on, you leave, and within 1 hour of that open house, you get that listing agent all the information that you just collected. Now, when you do that, I promise you next week, guess what? That listing agent is going to be inviting you to come back to do another open house because they're going to love you to death. So now we have all the metrics and we have the pathway. We know how to do this. If you do the open house tactic, I would recommend that you do up to 4 open houses a weekend. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Monday. Oh, Dan, that seems like a lot, does it? Let's continue doing the math. Remember, when we did 1, how much did that generate? That generated about $120,000 of revenue for 32 hours of work a month. You do 4 a weekend, that's going to generate about $500,000 of revenue for about 64 hours of work. Is that too much? I've got a friend who is a heart surgeon, Nilesh, and he and I were swimming a couple of years ago at my former in-laws pool. And somehow or another, we're sitting down poolside and watching his kids play. And somehow or another, it came out how much money he makes. Now, this guy went to doctor school. You know, he got his doctor, his medical doctor in Bangladesh. He moved to the United States and he had to do about another 4 years of school because they didn't accept it. He was already a surgeon in Bangladesh. He came to America. They didn't accept all of his credentials. He takes another 4 years of school. So he goes through medical school out of the country. He becomes a surgeon. He comes to the United States. He goes to another 4 years, residency, all that type of stuff. We're talking around 18 years of college, of higher education, a tremendous amount. And we're sitting poolside, and he makes less money than me. Now, do I think that that's right? I think he should make a tremendous amount of money, and I think I should as well. Okay. Yet I'm grateful for what I earn. And I didn't go to 18 years of higher education. Now I have probably put about equal amount of time into my craft as he has. So that's a little bit of a clue there for you. Okay. But I want you to understand is if you think doing 4 open houses a week, like that's too much, you want to make more money than a heart surgeon, do 4 open houses a weekend. Is that too much work? 2 days a week. I don't think so. So who should use this tactic? If you make people feel good about themselves, you should use this technique. If you are somebody who really, again, that touchy-feely, you should use this technique. So that is tactic number 3, the open house tactic. Now, I want to tell you about Mary. Mary's been an agent since 2013. She had some sales in the past, but she struggled. She had no normal routine. She had too many responsibilities. And when I met her initially, she said to me, Dan, I'm not worthy. Mary wanted respect. She wanted to prove to her ex-husband that she was worthy and he was wrong. She had a fire in her belly. She attended all 5 days of this curriculum. She enrolled and attended the 3-day certification. She did the open house strategy, and she increased her sales by 251%. This could be you. Mary doesn't have to worry about where her paycheck's coming from. She doesn't have to worry about her next vacation. She doesn't have to worry about pretending that she's worthy to that ex of hers. Instead, she knows that she is. So I want to share with you what some of the students say about our coaching in general, and then I'm going to tell you about the secret sauce.
You told me that about the first time we ever talked, not to say you're a new agent, and that had helped. It's helped me tremendously. I've closed probably 6 deals since the first time I've talked to you. I've got 3 listings that I'm working on. That's why I keep coming in and out of this. But yeah, you helped me tremendously. Thank you.
All right, so that's one of our students who took this, the 3-day certification. I'm going to tell you next about the secret sauce. Before I do so, I do want to mention that we do early bird pricing for the 3-day certification. And we also do a bonus for those of you that register for today. We in the bonus, we give you the Death of Potential, which is an online curriculum that will allow for you to break through the limiting beliefs that you already have. It's a 16-section course that will take you step-by-step journey of whatever it is that's holding you back emotionally, spiritually, in your subconscious. That thing that happened to you at 5 years old that stopped you and created your DNA for the rest of your life. The Death of Potential will accommodate that and walk you through that. It's an online on-demand class. You also get co-author rates to the top dollar. We bring this to 85% or to all of our listing appointments. 85% of them hire us, partly because of this pre-listing packet. So if you want to be a co-author, put your photo on the cover rather than my photo. You could get that bonus if you register today. And you also get a copy of Real Estate Evolution. It's back here. You get a copy of Real Estate Evolution. This is the 90,000 word, 271 page document to be able to walk you step by step through on how to make sales. So if you register today to the 3-day certification coming up in October, Les will put the dates and everything in there in the Zoom chat. $249, you can get all of those bonuses. Tomorrow, you can still get the course for $249. I'm going to tell you more about what that is, but you don't get the bonuses. On Thursday, the early bird prices go away and the prices raise on Thursday and Friday. So if you want to lock in early bird pricing today with the bonuses, register now. If I've already demonstrated to you that I will help you, and I know that I have demonstrated that to you. Let's talk about the secret sauce. So the secret sauce to all this, and I want every one of you to do this today, okay? I want you to take your phone out today, and I want you to send 5 video texts to your people. I want you to go on to Facebook, and I want you to look at that first Facebook person in here. I'll do it right now, like live. I will do it right now, okay? Let's see here. Paul is somebody who just was having seeing our cardiologist, known as the youngest in the room. It's eye open. All right, so Paul, this guy right here, check this out. I'm going to message Paul right now a video text. Send video text. Hold on one second. I've got my Facebook open. All right, hold on. Hey, Paul, it's Dan. Roshan, I see on Facebook that you've been going through some challenges with your medical conditions. Just want to let you know that you're in my prayers and God bless you. Just want to say hi. All right. It's that simple. Okay. You send that to them. You said 5 of those. Now, what do you not do? You do not ask about business. Did I ask about business? No. It was genuine. I genuinely care. I don't know Paul, but he's on my Facebook feed. So I am sort of generally aware of what he's going through. Okay. Which made it, it's that much simpler to do that. But how much time and effort did that take me? Right. Like I literally did it while I'm teaching a class. Okay, tomorrow I'll let you know if he responds back or not, and I'll let you know how that goes. So I'm going to ask you to send 5 video texts. It's that simple. Okay, so when you send 5 video texts, I want you to do not ask for business. Instead, be genuine, be authentic. Who can you send these to? Or what can you say rather? You can say, "Hey, I was just thinking about you." Hello. You can comment on the latest Facebook group post. You can express gratitude. You can acknowledge any tough times, like I just did for Paul. You can recognize any successes that they're doing. And you could ask, how's your family? How was your trip? How was your weekend? Any plans coming up for this fall, winter, spring, whatever? How can I help you? Who do you send this to? You send it to past clients, friends, old family, or old friends, family, gym, neighbors, kids' schools, past coworkers, etc. You can celebrate things. You can celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, successes, wins, challenges. Obviously, you're not celebrating challenges, but you can acknowledge challenges. You can celebrate new beginnings. And when you do that, you're going to have the ability to be able to get business. I promise you, you send 5 video texts a day for the rest of your career, 5 days a week. Don't mention business. You'll do a tremendous amount of business. Okay. That's the secret sauce. The secret sauce of the video. I showed you earlier today. I showed you the video on the conversion. I'm going to talk to you more about that tomorrow when I go from an F off Dan to a 5-star review. Make sure you're here tomorrow, because tomorrow is a freaking tremendous day. And I'm going to show you how I use video in my conversion when we go through tomorrow. Tomorrow's like my funnest day to teach. Like it's like all in tomorrow. So make sure that you're here if you want to know how to get hired 85% of the time on your listings, and how to be able to go to your listings so that you consult them and you get hired. Let me show you one last video, and then we'll wrap it up for the day.
My name is Dawn, and I don't do paperwork.
Trying to finish up a listing here.
I've done FSBOs expired.
And I am not detail oriented.
I've done door knocking, cold calling, all of these.
But I've never done the market analysis. I think I'm going to start doing that.
You know, I'm so old at this business. I remember opening a newspaper and calling for sell by owners out of the newspaper.
I really appreciate, like these courses that Dan is doing.
I've been looking at other trainers, and I just kept coming back to you.
Yesterday was eye-opening.
So many of the things that you're saying is, spot on.
What I feel is that you've given us the ability to realize that if we don't fit into a certain square peg, that we can still do this business if we realize and do the work and figure out who we are.
I just believe in your program already. I did the 5-day, free 5-day, and that's what really convinced me to come on board.
So those students took the 5-day listing challenge, just like you are. They took the 3-day certification, and they got what they got, which is what I want you to get, which is that consistent, predictable income, so that you have faith in yourself, so that you never have to worry about having another broke month in your career. So take advantage of the early bird pricing, register right now, save your seat, get all the bonuses, get a copy of the book. I autograph it for you. I'll send it to your address. You get the Depth of Potential, and then you also get the pre-listing book that took me around maybe $20,000 or so to get editors to go through and publish it, that you get as a bonus for only $250, $249. So save your seat right now. Do your homework. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, have the best day of your life. Be grateful, make good choices, go help somebody, and go find a listing. God bless you guys. hang out for Les if you have any questions. She'll be here.
Hi everyone. Is there any questions? Hi. Hi, Tiffany. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of the slides and things that we've seen today, will that be sent to us via email?
I can send it to you via email, but everything that's in the slide you can see it on your training portal.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Gabriel. Yes. You're muted.
It's a little off topic, but I'll send you a message. I signed up for the CRM, and I just was wondering if the 7 days starts counting after I have my little meeting. I think I have a meeting on Wednesday with you or someone on your team.
Yeah.
About getting us started.
Okay. Yeah. I'll reach out to one of our colleagues about setting you up about that, and then we'll let you know like when will the 7-day trial will start.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah. Is there any questions that I can help you guys with? Yeah, Dave. Sorry, I saw you unmute yourself. Sorry. Did you? No. Okay. Hi, Ines. I saw you unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. I had problems. I went to log on a little before 12 with the link that I got. And finally, somebody had texted me an alternate link and I didn't see it until like 20 to 1 or 12, after 12:30. Is there a recording of this particular class somewhere that I can access?
Yes. So yeah, they do. So there are two ways. One is it's out in the Facebook group. Are you part of that group?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So when you go to that group, it's already pinned. You can watch it the whole way. I think it's still live streamed right now. Let me just stop.